And welcome to episode 12 of Beyond the Forecast. I'm meteorologist Rob Lindenmuth, accompanied by my colleague over on the other side of me there, Kevin Appleby, also a meteorologist, if you weren't aware. It's kind of a funny start. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, come on. Well, it's been a stretch, Kevin. It's been cold. Last weekend, coldest temperature all season.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into it, but Saturday it's kind of skewed, right? Because the high temperature was well before sunrise. So
I was talking about that all morning on Saturday. I was like, the high is going to go down in the 20s. You're not going to remember this as a 20-degree day. You're just not
the day was spent in the single digits with wind chills 20 to 30. I mean, Saturday was a brutal day.
It hurt.
I don't think I went outside at all until I went out to dinner. But anyways, we'll get into that. Here's our rundown for this week. We've got a surprise discussion.
I don't know anything.
Kevin has no idea.
I don't know what this is.
It's going to be fun. It's not going to be anything crazy. Just kind of wanted to have a little bit of fun with this, so that's kind of what we're trying to go for with this. We'll talk about the very cold stretch that we've just had. Then we'll go to break. And now last week we talked about we were going to explain what albedo is. Kevin, you did kind of a lot of putting together some graphics for this, so you'll kind of take the lead on that. And that'll be all of block number 2. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about spring. I put together a quick graphic on that because a lot of things are coming up in the next couple of weeks that will get you thinking about spring. So
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, I am too. After this cold stretch, I'm like, bring it on.
Yep.
All right, so before we go to the graphics, because I did not make a graphic for this because I didn't want Kevin to get a little nosy and figure out what we were talking about. So this coming Friday, Kevin, is Friday the 13th.
Okay.
So that's the discussion we're having. What are your thoughts of Friday the 13th? Are you a superstitious person?
It's a date.
Okay, so you're not a superstitious person at all, apparently.
I mean, listen, I think I flew one time. I mean, you don't even fly normally.
I've never flown.
So I've had a flight on Friday the 13th, which was slightly ominous, but
it kind of makes you think a little bit, but you're not really like...
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Might be lame in that regard.
No.
What about you?
So it kind of depends. I will start out my day by saying nothing bad is going to happen, but the minute one little inconvenience pops up, I say it has to do with Friday the 13th. So if the day goes without any issues, I'm like, no superstition whatsoever. But if the day starts off not great, then yeah, it's a superstitious day for me. So it just kind of depends. I liked it. We talked about it. I think last week we were going to put it on this 10-day. We were going to put like a little black cat or something. We have Friday the 13th graphics. They are really? Specifically, yeah. But then I was like, if we put a black cat, people are going to be like, it's not Halloween. So we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So, but yeah, it was kind of a weird discussion. But I was like, you know what? Let's kill some time and talk about Friday the 13th. Clearly, it has no significance for you. So
I mean, I don't know. Like I watch movies that are like horror themed, like not super often. But when I do, I feel like it doesn't have the same effect on me it does most people. And so like I guess it's similar with Friday the 13th. I'm just like, I mean, yeah, it's going to happen like every 7 months on average or something like that. So.
And it's just another. It is another day. It is just another day. So I guess. Okay, that's fair. Maybe you've swayed me to that side. Also, speaking of Friday the 13th and superstitious and every so many months, full lunar eclipse is coming up. So mark your calendars. I believe it's the first weekend of March.
It's on mine.
Don't quote me on that, but we will make sure that we talk more about it in the next 2 weeks. I do know it's March. I just don't know if it's the first weekend or the second weekend. So that will be the last one that we're going to be able to actually see in the U.S. for quite some time. So hopefully, fingers crossed for clear skies. I do know here it will be at moon set. It'll be a blood moon. So that'll be kind of fun.
March 3rd, according to Google.
Okay, so I wasn't off then. That is going to be a Tuesday. So is it Tuesday morning or Tuesday night?
Back to Google.
Thanks, Kev.
Looks like 6:04 a.m. On Tuesday. Very early in the morning, which makes sense.
I knew it was moonset. Yep.
Yeah.
So if you're an early riser, It'll be just before sunrise, right?
I happen to be.
At that point, it'll be about an hour before sunrise.
Ooh, I should be working that morning. Maybe I can get a view of it. That'd be cool.
As long as we got clear, the clear skies is gonna.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But the good news is the lakes are pretty frozen, so we've been seeing less in the way of lake effect cloudiness.
I mean, the fact that Lake Ontario is like 50% or something.
Nope, I think like 30. But I think it changed today, so it's updated from the day before. And I think with the wind and the waves and everything, it kind of broke up a little bit. What are you looking at?
I'm saying it dropped by that much. I thought I saw 50.
50 might have been the entire Great Lakes.
Yeah.
I don't think Lake Ontario ever hit 50. I think we were at 38 maybe yesterday. Are you looking
It's
it
still
up?
good.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's like a moving map, so I can't even.
Oh, hang on.
I mean, I can look at this later. It's fine.
Well, we need to talk about it now.
Right.
So current conditions, Lake Ontario is, whoops, not that one because I can't read that. Is it this one?
43?
Yes. Lake Ontario is at 35, 35.65.
I must have tried. I found this source yesterday. It was in the 40s.
Yesterday was 41.94. So yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
Lake Ontario, though, has been fluctuating day by day.
That is kind of crazy how quick it can.
Yes.
We're above freezing for a day.
Well, think about it though too.
Wind.
I mean, if you have the wind, you got the waves. The waves are going to kind of break up that ice in some areas. So
it's tough. Lake Ontario's tough.
It is. Listen, living on the south shore of Lake Ontario, growing up, not that I was right on the lake, but it can be rough out there. It could be just like the sea. All right, we got to get rocking and rolling, Kevin. We've been talking about nothing for 7 minutes.
That's not
true. Days in a row below freezing. Our final tally is 19 days.
Sheesh.
We started this stretch on January 23rd. We just ended it on February 10th.
No, the 11th. Or I guess the
last day was on the 10th, yes, because the 11th, the day that we're recording this, we have been above freezing. So, that was a long stretch, but we've been telling you guys it hasn't been one of the longest. This is incredible to me.
Crazy.
Because this goes back, so this now is compiled from the middle of January through Tuesday, this past Tuesday.
Basically the past 4 weeks.
One day out of the last 26 days has been above freezing.
Yikes.
Unbelievable. And before that, we did have there was about a 7 to 10 day period of not bad temperatures, 30s and even some 40s in there. So that was not bad. After that, now if that Thursday would have been below freezing, we would have added 7 more days to this stretch. So
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
26 days?
Yeah. So where does that compare? Low. So now, Kevin, you've got the next stat.
Sure. So we would have had to have nearly doubled our run to finish in first place in terms of the longest stretches of a deep freeze, temperature below freezing.
But we could have come in top 5.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that one day.
Yeah, if we didn't have that one day, it would have been 5th. It would have been at 26.
Now, just for reference to when I put this graphic together, 36 days, I think it's only happened the one time, but 34, 30, 27, 23, those have happened multiple times. I just picked out the most recent one.
Definitely the 23 I saw had 2 years.
Okay.
I think you still have the next 6 or the next 5.
Give me 1 second though, because I'm going to go to the Weather Service's web. Oops, that's not what it is. I should know what the Weather Service's website is.
Well, so while you're looking this up, I know this off the top of the dome because I was talking about it this morning. But pretty much the streak of 19 that we just had, which it could have been 26 if we didn't have that one day, but the streak of 19, it is the 3rd longest in the past 32 years. So since 1994, we have not had a run of sub-freezing temperatures here in Albany other than 2 other times. We haven't had one as long as we just went through. So if it felt a little bit extra, it was.
And just for so 36, 34, 30, and 27 have all only happened once.
That's right.
And then you were right. 23 days it's happened twice. 22 was 3 days, as you see on here. So
3 times. Yeah.
Or yes, 3 times. Sorry. I don't. Do we have another graphic after this, Kevin? Can you see?
I can look. Let's see.
I just didn't want to advance it if.
Yeah, there's one more about the low temperatures.
Well, oh, that's right. Okay, so this is you as well.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a great graphic because it goes to show, we just showed you for high temperatures, but those mornings, my gosh, they were cold.
Yeah, so one quick thing to note here is I was looking at minimum temperature for the day. So sometimes it might not be 100% perfect because you can have a milder morning that it turns really cold by night, and that's low temperature.
Yeah, because it's midnight to midnight is the way the data is.
It might not be 100% perfect, but we're looking at pretty much 4 times the low temperature was above 20 in the past 28 days since the temperature was last above freezing for a low. In the teens 4 times. So that means a total of 8 out of the past 28 days, we stayed above 9 degrees, 10 or more. We had 10 days in the single digits here in Albany and 9 below zero. And a lot of those days had wind.
I do think the below zero days, we average 9 or 10. So we're pretty close to where we should be. But, you know, I was talking to somebody over the weekend. Could you imagine these nights that we had quite a bit of wind, that we could have been so much colder if we didn't have the wind?
Right. I mean,
think of Saturday and Sunday night. What was it, Sunday night? We got down to 9 below by Monday morning?
Yeah.
If we didn't have any wind,
oh, forget it. Well,
we're talking at least 10 to 15 below.
Yeah, I think the record wasn't too far away.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So
crazy.
It made it feel colder with the wind.
I was thinking 19 of the past 28 days had low temperatures
less than
9
10.
or less. Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I know a lot of folks have been saying, you know, who cares about wind chill?
I do. I'm on the weather deck a lot.
You know,
wind blows, it hurts.
And I mean, yes, an important thing to note about wind chill is that only warm-blooded things feel wind chill. So a house isn't going to feel it, a car isn't going to feel it, but humans feel it, animals feel it. That is what it actually feels like, and you will get frostbite a lot quicker with a colder wind chill than with an actual air temperature of 5 below.
We're not just having fun telling you a number that's worse.
And it's always been
reality.
a thing. It's an equation that they take into account the temperature and the wind, and you put it all together, and that's what you figure. That's how you figure it out. It's always been a thing. It's always been a thing, despite what you might hear from some people. All right, All right, so we are going to go to break. I just wanted to check that graphic. Because when we come back, we're going to talk about albedo. Many people may not have heard of that before, but we look at it a little bit. I mean, we learned it in school, Kevin, and it is kind of a driving factor in a lot of things that go on in meteorology. So we're going to break it down on what albedo actually is, and hopefully it'll maybe give you a little bit of insight on what we're talking about here. Don't go away. And welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. We're talking about albedo, Kevin.
We are.
We mentioned it last week. I can't remember exactly why. Something about the snow or the clouds, both of which have higher albedo. Maybe that's a hint of what we're talking about here. Let's bring up the graphics. I was about to click the clicker to, to bring the graphics up. So what is albedo, Kevin?
Well, so I mean, this is from Merriam-Webster, the dictionary. It starts out with the fraction. I know that's like very technical, but pretty much it's like a scale of 0 to 1 of like how much light is reflected by a certain surface. So, you know, the moon or a cloud is an example, but obviously we're bringing it up on this show because snow, ice, asphalt are kind of the main things that we will be looking at here, especially snow and ice, of course, given that we are a weather show. But we can go ahead and move on, Rob, and just show you, I believe we have the scale queued up.
Yep.
Again, from 0 to 1, we're looking at the ocean, blacktop, asphalt, for having very low albedo.
Which means they absorb more of the incoming solar radiation.
Taking it in and not sending it back, right? Snow and ice does the exact opposite. That's why the albedo is close to 1, because the fraction of the energy and the light coming down from the sun that's sent away, far, far greater. It's almost 100% of it. So that has implications. Like
clouds do a pretty good job too. That's why we're cooler when on a cloudy day. That is why we're cooler.
Clouds should be a little
intuitive.
bit less than 3/4, but still they do.
Yep.
You know, they send a lot back. So
yep.
I guess we could do the asphalt example if that's next, or if it's the snow.
I think that's what we start. Yep.
Yeah. So asphalt, and you can think of it this way too. Like I have black seats in my car. My car is gray. In the summer, it is brutal. It just takes in all that sun. And
you're also getting the greenhouse effect in the car too.
Right.
So it's kind of a double-edged.
You got to, I mean, my car could be like without the AC on for 10 minutes and on a summer day. And it's like, oh, the
Over
steering,
100.
like I can't touch the steering wheel because that dark light, it's got a low albedo, near zero, and it's just absorbing all of that in. It's why the asphalt on a hot day gets hotter than the grass.
Less of it gets reflected.
That's right. So if we go over to snow, you mentioned it, higher albedo, higher reflection. So the albedo is near 1. More of that sunlight is getting reflected back. I got to tell you something, Rob. I drove west near sunset, like an hour before sunset. So the sun's really low on the horizon. Right after we got that fresh snow, my goodness, it was tough. Because you're driving into the sun, which, on a normal day
already is tough, yeah.
But it's reflecting off of the high albedo of the snow. Sunglasses can only do so much.
I'll tell you, I wear sunglasses on a cloudy day when there's snow.
Yeah.
Because it's still bright. Like, I've got light-colored eyes, so I don't know. I have heard that makes a difference. But anyways, I don't know if it is or not. But anyways, I wear sunglasses a lot, especially with the fresh snow, even if the sun isn't out. Because it's just that much. It's just that bright.
It just helps. But it's that bright white albedo. It's not just color. It's quite literally the sun's rays and
just
energy
reflecting everywhere,
reflecting back out.
Yep.
And the asphalt and your black car seats, like what I have, they do the exact opposite.
Just absorbs it all in.
And I don't know if you kept in a little explainer about the snow, Rob.
Yeah, I think I do have the next one.
Otherwise, I could just explain it. Okay, so it's another reason that when we have a fresh snowpack, the temperatures are generally colder. That snow is reflecting the energy away from the ground, and so you're hanging on to that cold air because you're sending out that energy away from the ground. So a snowpack just by default knocks down your temperature, especially at night, I feel like. But even during the day, I mean, model guidance will usually struggle like right after a snowstorm. They're usually too warm.
They're too warm, and that's because they're not taking into account just how deep the snowpack is.
Right.
When you do have the fresh snowpack, especially at night, I think as you just mentioned, I was kind of zoning out because I was thinking of the next thing to talk about, so I apologize. But especially at night, it's able to, if you have clear skies and calm winds, radiate all of the heat back. And with fresh snow, it gets very cold. That's why we've had so many nights well below zero.
It's almost like a feedback loop when you get in the winter. Like if we didn't have the snowpack, we would not have had this run of.
No,
I would say we would not have had this run of 19 days.
That's what I'm looking at right now. So we have had 16 days through the 10th of February with 6 inches or more of snow on the ground at the airport. It sounds like a lot, but I did do some digging on that, and it really is not. There has been much longer stretches, but that is what's kind of helped not only our low temperatures at night to get well below zero, but the high temperatures during the day to kind of stay in the teens and 20s. And I've been surprised with some of these days that we have gotten a little bit warmer.
Yeah, recently.
Considering the snowpack, considering the clouds and lack of sunshine.
It is. You know what, that snowpack though, Rob? It's starting to get old, isn't it?
It is.
The most of it. Obviously, there's a couple inches of fresh.
But we just got a fresh inch of snow last night.
That's right.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times, yes, it gets old, but it's not really getting patchy yet. So it still has an effect, but not as strong of an effect as like fresh snow or fresh, fluffy, deep snow. That's even bigger of an impact. Yeah.
All right, Rob.
I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with that, but that's where it is.
But if it feels extra bright in the winter, I mean, the science quite literally is in supportive of that. Like you might want like really strong sunglasses, especially if you're traveling west near sunset. It's just tough.
Or east of the sunrise.
I'm like, I have the thing down in my car. Yep. I've got my glasses on, and I can still barely see. I'm like, I don't know if that's good.
I don't think it's good. I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say I don't think it's good. Trying to think of some other things. that have impacts with wind, obviously, has had impacts on the temperature as well. So obviously you have the reflection or non-reflective surfaces, but you have wind too. So if you have a little bit more of a wind in the summer, in the afternoon, that helps to mix things up a little bit more. Temperatures may actually rise a little bit, depending on where the wind's coming from. I know sometimes, especially early in the spring, if there's no snow in the Catskills and there's no leaves on the trees yet, if you get a strong southwest wind off the Catskills, we're going to warm up pretty big in the capital region.
And we all can't wait for that first day where it's shorts, sunny, like shorts weather. Like, I think it's well deserved after this.
I think shorts weather is going to be about 45 this year.
We've been moving the ground, the ceiling, like a little bit lower.
Now, next week, I do want to dabble in this, Kevin. We were going to try to put something together today, but we just had too much to talk about. The first days that we typically see a temperature, or the last day that we typically see a temperature. We haven't decided exactly how we're going to do that yet. What we mean by that is typically, okay, when's the last time we'll typically see a high temperature of 35 or less?
Right, and that's not the same as when does the average high temperature get up to 36.
Exactly.
Because when your average high temperature is 36, it means you fully expect there to be some 35s, 34s, et cetera, lower.
Yep.
It's quite literally like your average temperature is much higher. It's this point in the year where you just don't get a 35-degree day anymore.
No, and it's funny, when I was doing some of the digging yesterday, a lot of our first 40-degree days happen in early January.
Oh, I mean,
like that's 40, average.
40 can happen January 1st.
I think 50 is in January as well.
Yeah.
60, that starts making a little more sense when it's March, and then 7, so I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But
that's why we got to start higher.
Exactly. So we might throw that in next week or something along those lines, just to kind of give you guys maybe something to smile about. With that,
we'll do it.
We're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about spring. Since we're talking about warmer temperatures, what better time to talk more about spring-like weather? It's on the way, and it'll maybe be here sooner than what we all think. Don't go away. And welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. Who's thinking spring after this cold stretch?
I am quite literally thinking about it right now. When do they issue these outlooks? Is it before?
It'll be later today.
Oh, okay. So the 8 to 14 day from Tuesday afternoon looks pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, I think that looks good. 3 to 4 weeks still looks kind of equal chances through early March.
It's okay. By early March, the average highs are near 40. So
I think they're thinking that there may be a cool down at the end of the month again. So, which is
not as bad as earlier this month.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying.
That's what we have to keep stressing.
Yeah. No. So I was saying that a lot on Saturday. I was saying that, or sorry, Sunday, when it wind chill was like minus 28. I'm like, this is it, like as cold as it'll be the rest of the winter. I was very confident in saying that because I knew the forecast for the next week was not going to be anywhere near that. And also, 8 to 14 day looks pretty mild. And then by the time we get through that, it's the end of February.
I will say though,
you can get cold.
I'm not buying the huge warm up.
I'm not saying
I know. I'm just saying that some of the guidance is suggesting.
I
do think we're going to be warmer, but a lot of times the models try to get the cold air out of here quicker than it actually does.
Sure.
When it's locked in, especially a pattern like this, it's going to take something big to change it. Whether that's a nor'easter, whether that's a storm coming up into the Great Lakes to bring the milder air in with rain. It takes something big. We have not had any of them this year.
We haven't had a cutter. I mean, there was not too long ago, we had a winter, it was cutter after cutter.
Well, it's impossible. The Arctic air has been locked into the Northeast. The storm has it can't cut into the Great Lakes because the Arctic air is locked in.
Can't remember a winter where we didn't have a cutter.
Well, I can. It's been a while, but I can. Anyways, thinking spring.
All that wisdom.
Oh, and I misspelled that. Of course, I got to call that out. Meteorological spring. Meteorological spring is coming in 16 days.
I almost want to fix that right now.
So that's going to be March 1st. I think this is as of today. So as of the day that we're taping this on Wednesday the 11th, average temperatures are warming. Obviously, we know that's happening in February. Daylight saving time begins. We spring forward at 2 a.m. March 8th in 23 days.
That's going to be a tough
23
weekend
days.
for yours truly, who loses an hour of precious sleep. But
And
whatever, small price to pay.
The vernal equinox is coming in at 10:46 in the morning on Friday, March 20th. So, again, we all know it does not matter.
About less than 40 days.
It does not matter if, I should have put that in there. My apologies.
It's like 37 days.
It does not matter what the calendar says. It does not matter what we think it's supposed to be. Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature wants to do. So we can only hope. I think we deserve.
That's right. Now, what I'll say to that is, yes, Mother Nature has the final say. Yes, you could still have a big snowstorm in March, even April, especially in the mountains around here. However, what we're pointing out is that by the time we get to meteorological spring, you're just reducing the chances that can happen.
And a lot of those perfect setup, Kevin, or it has to come in at night. And if it doesn't come in at night, like it's poor timing. So as we get more into March, especially by mid-March, it has to come in at night or it has to be very cold.
Oh, brutal.
I say very cold, but for average standards for March, like not as cold as it's been.
Like a January air mass.
It's got to be cold for anything to stick during the day. Otherwise, that sun angle starts to get higher and higher. Even with clouds, it warms the surface, so it has a harder time with any of that snow sticking. So
there can be some dicey morning commutes,
yes.
And I remember each of the past 2 years have been. I've been in the storm tracker in the morning in April covering bad commutes. So we're not saying that's done. We're just saying
March can be an active month.
You keep cutting away at the chances of it happening. I mean, you're not going to cut it to zero until the end of April, really. But
and I do think March has had the biggest snowstorm in Albany history.
Oh, that's got to be so nice to hear if you don't like snow right now.
There you go. I'm just saying. Just because we're getting to March and spring does not mean
warming up. Doesn't mean we're done.
And I think the March before I got here, there was 3 or 4 nor'easters that month. Like it was back to back to back. I remember when I got here, it was like every 5 days. There was like 3 or 4.
Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
I'm not sure how much snow they got. Again, it was the year before I arrived here in Albany, but I'll never forget them talking about that. And I was like, I'll pass.
We're gonna have to do some research into that one, and we have March coming up. Maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, so it would have been March 2018. So if you want to start your digging.
Oh, I will.
That'll be your assignment this week, Kevin.
Yes.
All right, so just as a reminder, if you have a weather question or something cool you'd like to share, our email boxes have been empty, but you can email Kevin or myself. Our email addresses are right there. We'd love to hear from you. Even a nice comment, if you like the show, if you want us to change something about the show.
It's episode 12. We can make changes.
Absolutely. So you may be featured in a future episode if there's something cool, or if you want us to share something like that. Or if you're just kind of giving us a comment of, you're doing great or you guys are terrible, we want you to change things. We'll take either or. Just let us know. Let us know what we're doing or how we can improve. Hopefully you guys have a great upcoming weekend. It will not be nearly as cold as last weekend. Valentine's Day weekend coming in pretty nice with temperatures should be in the 30s.
I just want to add, how much time do we
Quickly,
have?
we got 30 seconds.
Okay. It's going to be so much better giving the forecast this weekend because the past 2 or 3, it's either been a snowstorm, brutally cold, or both. Thank you.
Okay, that was it. All right, well, with that, have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you next week. And as always, keep looking up.